6:48. Welcome back to the Valley today. We're taking a live look this Thursday morning in Marshfield, Massachusetts, where a huge cleanup job is just getting going for the people whose homes took such a beating from this week's winter storm. You're seeing one of them, just massive damage right there. This is one of the coastal communities that is dealing with the aftermath of not just the blizzard, but a major flood when a seawall broke in the middle of that storm.
Hi again and good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Bedell here with Kyle Bosch. 11 minutes before 7 o'clock, and we're starting our nonstop news and weather all the way to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. We start now with a big scare for a lot of people at a Lakes Country High School when a student slipped in front of a school bus and was run over.
It happened yesterday afternoon behind the high school in Pelican Rapids. Police say that the boy had just gotten off one bus and was running when he slipped and fell and was run over by another bus. Police say the child is being treated for a broken pelvis, but his name and condition have not been released yet. There was another crash that hurt a father and daughter who were walking in South Fargo. It happened last night behind the Ramada Plaza Hotel near West Acres. Police say the driver of the car says he did not see the two as he was making a turn. Both victims appeared to have leg injuries.
A developing story out of the Twin Cities has health officials on alert to stop a problem that's spiking in other parts of the country. University of Minnesota officials say one of their students has a confirmed case of measles. The state health department says the patient is a 20-year-old man who recently returned from international travel and is now isolated off campus while recovering.
In the week before being diagnosed, however, the student did attend classes and visited the University Recreation and Wellness Center. Now, the Centers for Disease Control has been tracking measles outbreaks in 11 states so far. It's the greatest number of cases since measles elimination was documented in the U.S. in the year 2000. Coming up on 6:51 on this Thursday morning, and maybe some slick weather out there to watch out for, Robert.
Yeah, some slick spots left over from some overnight and very early morning hours. Freezing drizzle and light freezing rain, and also just some plain old water that was left over now that has frozen with some colder air filtering on into the region, particularly in the Northern Valley. And because of those slick conditions, we do have some schools on delay, scrolling on the bottom of your screen there. Temperatures continue to fall, now down to 21 here in Fargo, 10 in Roseau, 18 in Grand Forks, also 18 over in the Devil's Lake area. These temperatures, this is about as warm as we're going to get. We're going to see temperatures steady to slowly falling as we head through the day today. Wind chills, when you factor in those winds out of the north and northwest, 15 to 25 miles per hour with some occasional stronger gusts. Wind chill now 5 here in Fargo, 1 above in Grand Forks, Detroit Lakes, and Bemidji, 1 below in Devil's Lake, 8 below up in Roseau, -7 in Baudette. Lots of clouds out there. Underneath those clouds, we've got a little bit of flurry activity and some light snow showers trying to pop back up over portions of the valley. Not a big deal, but may reduce the visibility just a little bit and maybe add 1 or 2 more slick spots to those that are already out there. A little bit of a flurry and light drizzle and freezing drizzle activity over near the Twin Cities. A little bit of rain in the southwest, some snow in the Great Lakes, freezing rain in Ohio, and some showers and maybe even some thunderstorms moving through eastern Kentucky and Tennessee. As we go through the day today, we're going to see temperatures that will continue to fall. Wind chills throughout the day today, single digits above and below 0. You're going to want to bundle up as you head out the door. Maybe some peaks of sunshine later on this afternoon, not going to warm us up much at all. We will see winds subside this afternoon and then shift around to the south later on tonight. That will help warm us up. We'll see temperatures rising during the overnight hours tonight and into tomorrow morning. And as we head through tomorrow afternoon, increasing clouds and across northern Minnesota late in the day, a chance for a little bit of snow. And as that drags a cold front through the region, chance for a little bit of snow shower activity across much of the rest of the area late Friday night and during the day on a Saturday, and that will bring in some more cold air. Single digits for your highs on Sunday, and not much warmer than that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, with a chance for a little bit more snow by midweek.
A little bit of snow, I guess, won't hurt if we're going to be cold.
We have
none, hardly.
Yeah.
Kind of looks dirty out there anyway.
Yeah,
Freshen things
brown.
up.
Yep.
A little brown. Thank you, Robert.
Yep.
A Wisconsin man is fighting for his life this morning after running into the back of a school bus. The pictures from the crash, just almost unbelievable. You can see the car is nearly all the way underneath that bus.
The crash happened yesterday afternoon near the city of Ashland in northern Wisconsin. The school bus was stopped on a highway when it was hit from behind. Now, all 45 students on board were taken to hospitals as a precaution, but have since been released. As oil prices go, so goes a big chunk of North Dakota's state budget, and lower costs of crude have some state lawmakers pushing for revised budget projections.
The governor's budget was pitched in December, but was based on near record high prices for oil. Those prices have now dropped drastically in recent weeks, as we have noticed at the gas pump. The Bismarck Tribune is reporting that an updated budget forecast is on the agenda at the House and Senate Appropriations Committees today. GOP leaders in North Dakota are planning an 11 a.m. news conference to talk about the revisions.
Family members of 2 young women killed in a high-speed drunk driving crash say they're relieved that the driver is going to spend a long time in prison. James Yankee was driving drunk near Hillsborough last May. He told Valley News Live just before sentencing yesterday that he wants the world to know, quote, he is not a beast.
Yankee was doing 140 miles per hour with 2 sisters in the car when he lost control and crashed. Both women were killed. A Trail County judge sentenced him to 15 years in prison.
This gives us peace of mind that I don't have to, drive around and shop at the same grocery store, with my kids, seeing the guy who killed their mom.
Yankee's attorney says that they might appeal that sentence. We're getting some more details this morning about North Dakota lawmakers looking to protect the victims of human trafficking. The North Dakota Senate Judiciary Committee is looking at 5 bills. It would provide immunity to minors who committed crimes under the control of human traffickers, set up a statewide human trafficking commission, and lengthen the statute of limitations for human trafficking crimes to increase the chances of prosecution.
The critical thing is that we send 2 messages. If you are a trafficker or you are a customer involved in the sex trade, we're coming after you. And if you're a victim caught in the grips of this horrible life, we will work with you to help you find a better life.
No one spoke in opposition to any of those bills during yesterday's hearings.
North Dakota lawmakers are also considering an exemption in clothing sales tax, which would even the playing field with Minnesota. Senate Bill 2223 would eliminate North Dakota's clothing sales tax and reimburse the city where the clothing was purchased. Shoppers we talked to in downtown Fargo say they like the idea.
But I know that I've definitely made decisions to shop in Moorhead because I know that it's going to be a little bit cheaper. As a consumer, I know that I'd be happier if there was no sales tax in Fargo, although I'm not sure that my behavior would be incredibly affected.
Minnesota is one of 4 states in the country that fully exempts clothing purchases from sales tax. Today, many are encouraging you to help give back to Sanford's Children's Hospital during the annual Cares for Kids Radiothon.
It's a big event. It's the 15th year, and all of the money raised goes to support research, special programs, and medical equipment that is used to help kids in need right here in the Valley. The Valley Today's Christy Larson is live at Sanford Health this morning, where things are really picking up. Christy?
Yes, good morning, Kyle and Lisa. That's right. Things are starting to pick up. The phones rang a few times, but they're really encouraging you guys to start calling in this 7 o'clock hour. And I'm here with Rat with 984. And I know that you guys are really pushing this power hour because you guys want 25 people to donate for that year.
Yeah, and the power hours are what help us make our goals. And in now 15 years of doing the Radiothon, we've never missed a power hour goal. So this is where we say this is the time for people to step up, really help us out and call 478-KIDS or toll free outside of the area. Tons of people using the hospital there, 478-KIDS as well.
And I know that a lot of people hear the stories on the radio about the families that are going through this and really getting the benefits that the money really helps with. And everything really stays local, which is why it's a great place to donate your money to.
Yeah, and that's key. It's not going to some office in San Francisco. Everything getting utilized for the families right here in our area. And it's really our chance to help better the hospital here in Fargo.
And I know that the families are encouraging you to do it, the hospital's encouraging you to do it, the radio stations, and we are too. And again, we want to give you guys that number. So it is 701-478-KIDS or toll free 877-478-KIDS. And Kyle and Lisa, they did say that the very first donation called in was because they were watching us. So thanks to our viewers, and hopefully you guys will continue to call, especially in that power hour from 7 to 8.
That's awesome. We have giving viewers, though, so hopefully we can get the phones to ring a little bit more before we end here in a couple minutes. Christy Larson reporting live. Thank you, Christy. It might not be much fun, but it can really pay off to never play with your toys as a kid. Never.
Never. Can't touch it.
Don't even open it. A Star Wars toy that cost less than $2 when it came out 35 years ago has sold at auction in England for more than $20,000.
I guess that's kind of fun. You just have to wait 35 years for the payoff. The figure is bounty hunter Boba Fett. It was picked up by or put up for auction by a Star Wars super fan. He's been collecting the memorabilia for decades. He bought this particular figure, still in the original packaging, for about $56 back in 1990, and again sold it just the other day for 20 grand.
My girls can't play with any more of their Frozen toys. Just gonna keep them in the packaging.
It's their college
Let
fund.
it go. Nice,
Wow.
nice, Robert. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question: 6% of NFL fans do this with their favorite matchup.
The answer: record the game so you can watch it over and over. At least if your team.
Right.
wins,
Otherwise,
right?
delete that.
Cold out there, slick spots out there, school delays scrolling on the bottom of your screen. That 21 here in Fargo. The good news is that's 1 degree above our normal high for the day. The bad news is temperatures falling, wind chills single digits above and below zero throughout the day.
Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. More local news and weather for you right here in 25 minutes.
Have a great Thursday, everybody. We will see you tomorrow morning.
Take care.